Welcome to another episode of Rock and Roll Flashback with your host, Bill Price.
In this episode of Rock and Roll Flashback, I will review the career of The Searchers, one of the bands that emerged from Liverpool, England in the early 1960s. The Searchers were an English group that was one of the bands which helped launch the British invasion. They were also one of the Mersey beat bands that hailed from Liverpool. The band was initially formed as a skiffle group in 1959 by John McNally and Mike Pinder. The group's name was taken from the 1956 film titled The Searchers. However, like many other bands, they underwent several personnel changes before settling on the lineup of John McNally, Mike Pinder, Chris Curtis, and Frank Allen. In the early 60s, the quartet performed in Liverpool clubs, which included the Iron Door, the Cavern, and other local venues. Like several other Liverpool bands, which included the Beatles, Jerry and the Pacemakers, Rory Storm and the Hurricanes, the Searchers also performed in Hamburg, Germany. In July of 1962, a contract was negotiated with the Star Club in Hamburg for the band to perform for 128 days, playing 3 one-hour shows a night. After returning to Liverpool, they appeared regularly at the Door Club, and recordings of the performances led to a recording contract with Pi Records with producer Tony Hatch. The first composition was a song titled Sweets for My Sweet. Upon its release, it reached number 1 in the UK in 1963. With the single's success, this established the band as a major part of the Mersey beat, just behind fellow Liverpool band The Beatles, and alongside Jerry and the Pacemakers. Their first album, released in August 1963, was titled Meet the Searchers and reached number 2 on the UK Albums Chart in September. In the US album version, there were some changes in the tracks, which included the song titled Needles and Pins. In June 1964, the album reached number 22 on the US album charts. Here is the Searchers' first release from 1963, Sweets for My Sweet.
Sweets for my sweet, sugar for my honey, your first sweet kiss thrills me so. Sweets for my sweet, sugar for my honey, I'll never ever let you go. If you wanted that star to shine so brightly, to match the stardust in your eye, darling, I would chase that bright star nightly.
The next single, written by Tony Hatch, was titled Sugar and Spice, which reached number 2 in the UK and 44 in the US. Here's the Searchers' second release, Sugar and Spice.
Sugar and spice and all things nice, kisses sweeter than wine. Sugar and spice and all things nice, you know that little girl is mine. Everybody stops and stares at my baby when she's walking down the street. People passing by just look at my baby, 'cause my baby looks so sweet. You know she's sugar and spice and all things nice, kisses sweeter than wine. Sugar and spice and all things nice, you know that little girl is mine. Every time we kiss I get that feeling, every time we simply meet. When I see her smile I get that feeling, 'cause my baby looks so sweet. You know she's sugar and spice and all things nice, kisses sweeter than wine. Sugar and spice and all things nice, you know that little girl is mine. Never ever known a girl so lovely, sweet enough to want to eat. Everybody's crazy about my baby, 'cause my baby looks so sweet. You know she's sugar and spice and all things nice, kisses sweeter than wine. Sugar and spice and all things nice, you know that little girl is mine.
In 1964, 2 singles were released. The first one was a cover of Jackie DeShannon's 1963 recording of Needles and Pins, which was co-written by Jack Nitzsche and Sonny Bono of Sonny and Cher. During their time in Hamburg, the Searchers heard fellow British band called Cliff Bennett and the Rebel Rousers perform Needles and Pins. Interestingly, the Searchers quickly recorded the song before Bennett could release his version. The single reached number 1 in the UK and number 13 in the US. Needles and Pins was later also covered by several artists, which included Cher, the Ramones, and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Here are the Searchers and their cover version of Needles and Pins.
I saw her today, I saw her face, it was a face I loved, and I knew I had to run away and get down on my knees and pray that they'd go away, but still they began needles and pins because of all my pride, the tears I gotta hide. Hey, I thought I was smart, I wanted hard, didn't think I'd do, but now I see she's worse to him than me. Let her go ahead, take his love instead, and one day she will see just how to say please and get down on her knees. Hey, that's how it begins. She feel those needles and pins hurting her. Why can't I stop and tell myself I'm wrong so long? Why can't I stand up and tell myself I'm strong? Because I saw her today, I saw her face, was a face I loved, and I knew I had to run away and get down on my knees and pray that they'd go away, tears I gotta hide. Oh, needles and pins, needles and pins, needles and pins.
In 1964, Don't Throw Your Love Away was released, which reached number 1 in the UK and number 16 in the US. Here's an excerpt of Don't Throw Your Love Away.
Don't throw your love away. No, 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 no. Don't throw your love away. For you might need it someday. Don't throw your dreams away. No, 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 no. Keep them another day. For you might need them someday. Lovers of today just throw their dreams away and play and love. They give their love away to anyone who say I love you. Don't throw your love away. No, 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 no. Don't throw your love away. For you might need it someday. Lovers of today just throw their dreams away.
After the Needles and Pins single was released, bass player Tony Jackson left the band and was replaced with Frank Allen. The first single to be released with Allen was a cover of Jackie DeShannon's recording of When You Walk in the Room. The single peaked at number 3 in the UK, 35 in the US, and number 2 in Australia. Here is the Searchers' cover version of When You Walk in the Room.
I can feel a new expression on my face. I can feel a glowing sensation taking place. I can hear the guitars play lovely tunes. Every time that you walk in the room. I close my eyes for a second and pretend it's me you want. Meanwhile, I try to act so nonchalant. I see a summer's night with a magic moon. Every time that you walk in the room. Baby, it's a dream come true. Walking right alongside of you. Wish I could tell you how much I care, but I only have the nerve to stay. I can feel a something pounding in my brain. Just any time that someone speaks your name. Trumpet sound and I hear thunder boom. Every time that you walk in the room. Every time that you walk in the room.
Also in 1964, the Searchers' cover version of the Clovers' Love Potion No. 9 became a U.S. hit, reaching the number 3 position. Interestingly, it was not released as a single in the UK. By the end of 1964, the band recorded and released the single titled What Have They Done to the Rain, which became a number 13 hit in the UK, 29 in the US, and 27 in Australia. Here's an excerpt of What Have They Done to the Rain?
Just a little rain falling all around. The grass lifts its head to the heavenly sound. Just a little rain, just a little rain. What have they done to the rain? Just a little boy standing in the rain, the gentle rain that falls for years, and the grass is gone, the boy disappears, and rain keeps falling like helpless tears. And what have they done to the rain?
In 1965, the band had a number 4 hit in the UK with Goodbye My Love. However, in the US, it only reached number 52. Unfortunately, as the year progressed, their popularity began to see a decline. The next 2 singles that were released only became minor hits. In early 1966, Chris Curtis left the band. His departure was significant since he was the primary songwriter. John Blunt was then brought in as Curtis's replacement. In 1966, music styles began to change, and the Searchers attempted to keep up with the changes. At the end of 1967, their record contract with the Pye label was scheduled to expire, and since the band released 3 unsuccessful singles, Pye decided to drop the band. The Searchers then continued recording for Liberty Records and RCA Records. In 1971, they had a minor hit in the U.S. with a single titled Desdemona, which only reached the number 94 position. They continued to perform during the 1970s, playing their old hits and contemporary songs. In 1979, Sire Records signed the band to a multi-record deal, which produced 2 albums. However, in spite of receiving critical acclaim, the albums hardly received any radio airplay and failed to enter the charts. Interestingly, the albums did manage to revive the band's career. However, when the band was ready to record a 3rd album, the record label went through reorganization and their contract was subsequently dropped. In 1981, they signed with PRT Records and began work on an album which produced a single titled I Don't Want to Be the One. But just like the singles released under Sire Records, it received very little radio airplay. Plus, it was not even stocked by most record shops. In December 1985, Mike Pinder left the band after a farewell performance to form a new band. The Searchers continued to perform on tour well into the 2000s. Original bassist Tony West passed away on November 11, 2010 at the age of 72. John McNally suffered a stroke in 2018 and took time off in order to recover. In 2018, the band announced that it would be retiring and ended their farewell tour on March 31st, 2019. However, there would be a few more farewell tours between 2021 and 2024. The Searchers' discography encompasses 8 studio albums, 9 extended plays, 3 live albums, and 42 singles. I'll conclude this podcast with the Searchers' cover version of Love Potion number 9.
I took my troubles down to Madame Rue.
You know that gypsy with the gold cap too. She's got a pad down a petticoat and vine, selling little bottles of love potion number 9. I told her that I was a flop with chicks. I've been this way since 1956. She looked at my palm and she made a magic sign. She said, what you need is love potion number 9. She bent down and turned around and gave me a wink. She said, I'm gonna make it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine and looked like Indian ink. I held my nose, I closed my eyes, I took a drink. I didn't know if it was day or night. I started kissing everything inside. But when I kissed the cow down on 34th and Vine, he broke my little bottle of love potion number 9. I held my nose, I closed my eyes, I took a drink. I didn't know if it was day or night. I started kissing everything inside. But when I kissed that cow down a petticoat and vine, he broke my little bottle of love potion number 9. Love potion number 9. Love potion number 9. Love potion number 9.
This has been a look back at the Searchers, one of the bands that emerged from the British invasion. And until next time, I'm your host, Bill Price.